how do you actually set your goals and make sure that you achieve them? Now, most people think when it comes to this topic is it's about manifestation, law of attraction. Now, me personally, I don't know if you guys tried this, but this is complete bullshit to me because you can do, you can write something down 10 times a day or 100 times a day, whatever they tell you to do, but nothing's going to happen if you don't take action on your goals. Now, when it comes to goal setting, it just simply comes down to your identity, right? Your thoughts, your beliefs, and your actions. Now, I see a lot of people talk about identity, and I feel like they're doing it incorrectly because they don't tell you. They're just like, oh yeah, shift your identity, but they don't tell you how to shift your identity. Your identity is simply just your thoughts, your beliefs, and your actions, right? Now, this just simply comes down to, if you get in your head, you're dead, right? And I'll break this down for you. Your identity creates your thoughts. Your thoughts create your beliefs create your actions, and then obviously your actions create the results that you have. So if you shift your identity, you would then shift your thoughts. If you shift your thoughts, you'll shift your beliefs. If you shift your beliefs, you shift your actions. And once you actually start taking action, then you will actually get results. And this has actually been proven by so many people, because if you do not take action on something, you will simply not get it, right? Now, when it comes to me, my name is Jaden Leilua. This is going to be my daily updates channel. And how this is going to go is I'm going to provide some sort of value. And then I'm going to explain my plan moving forward. And then I'm going to be tracking my growth. Okay. So my goals for this month, it's currently August 1st. I want 5K on Instagram, 300 YouTube subs on my business channel, and then 300 YouTube subs on this channel. Okay. Now, most people just set their goals like this. Okay. Oh, I'm going to write it down. Let's see. I'm going to write it down. I want to hit, 50K a month this month. I want, maybe I want a 6-pack. This is my drawing of abs. Oh, this is terrible. I want a 6-pack. I want to, save up 10K. Okay. Well, this is all cool and all, right? Like writing down your goals, but how do you actually achieve them? Well, this just simply comes back to your identity, right? Because if you want to make 50K a month, let's say the goal, goodness gracious, let's say the goal is 50K a month. Okay. We want to make 50K this month. Let's go. But the only problem is we're at 10K a month. And that's fine. I've seen a lot of people go from 10K a month to, 50K a month, but you have to be realistic, right? If you're at 10K a month, the likelihood of you hitting 50K a month, it's not that high unless you have like data to prove it and the exact levers to pull. Instead, it just comes back down to your identity once again, right? Your thoughts, your beliefs, and your actions. Now, the reason why I keep going over identity, right, is because if you ask yourself, now, what is the type of person doing that's making 50K a month, right? And it's not that you think it's that hard to figure out, but it's really not. Well, let's break it down for you. The person that's making 50K a month, he's probably working, 7 days a week. He's probably doing, he's probably staying consistent. He's probably not going out, right? He's probably not going out. He is, probably investing into his skill set. He's doing all these things, right? So what we have to ask ourselves, okay, is what is this person doing? And then once we figure that out, we then take action on what he is doing, right? So once we figure out what he's doing, we take these same exact actions. Now, why does this, what does this have to do with your identity? Well, if you go back down here, what we were talking about, your identity is your thoughts, your beliefs, and actions. Okay. And if you shift your identity to someone who's making 50K a month, then you will then start making 50K a month. And I know that sounds crazy. And I'm not saying, like, oh, just think of yourself as a millionaire and you're going to be a millionaire. Well, in a sense, that is true. But what you have to realize is just thinking of yourself as a millionaire is not going to make you a millionaire, right? And that's what most people get wrong when it comes to identity. Identity is you think of yourself as a millionaire, but you also do the actions as a millionaire would. And if you do that on a long enough time horizon, then you will become a millionaire. But it's not going to happen overnight, and that's what most people get wrong. For example, I was smoking. I used to smoke weed a lot, and I'm going to be 100% honest. I used to be a heavy smoker. But once I changed my identity to someone who does not smoke, then I stopped taking actions like a smoker. I'm not gonna go hang out with these people because I don't want to smoke. That's not who I am. I'm not gonna do this because I'm not a smoker, right? It's the same exact thing. Now, when it comes to I see this topic a lot. Most people think they need confidence before starting something. This is actually incorrect, and I'll tell you exactly why this is incorrect as well. Because confidence comes from you taking action on the thing. That's where confidence comes from. So to say, I don't want to do something because I don't have confidence in myself to do it yet, well, you're never going to have confidence in yourself. If you look at the people that have confidence in things and confidence in themselves, is because they take an overwhelming amount of action. So how do you get confidence in yourself? You take an overwhelming amount of action to what you want to do. And that's exactly how you structure your goals. So we're going to talk about, I basically went over how to structure your goals, right? You're going to write down your goal. And then once we write down our goal, we're going to figure out, okay, what is the type of person doing that has my goal that I want? Okay, once we got that, then we are going to just act in that way. Now, the reason why I don't like putting timeline on goals is because if you just do these actions for long enough, you will eventually get there. And that's what most people mess up. They're like, okay, I want to make 10K a month this month. I'm going to do these things for a month. Well, going from 0 to 10K a month is pretty tough. But going from 10K to 100K is easier than going from 0 to 10K. Now, why is that? Because you've already been, the chances of going from 10K to 100K, you already, done that for 3 months. You've already been building up your identity. So once you have your identity built up for 3 months, then it's going to be a lot easier to hit that 100K goal. And that's exactly how you structure your goals. Okay. So going back to my goals are 5K on Instagram, 300 YouTube subs on this channel. So we're going to start with this channel at the bottom first. I haven't even posted on this channel, right? I'm not acting as someone who wants this goal. So that's why it's August 1st. I am going to start posting these videos every single day. Okay. So that's my plan moving forward to grow this channel, is to post on it consistently every single day, and take an overwhelming amount of action, right? Same exact thing for this channel. I want to be posting, I'm posting one time a week on this channel, and I'm already seeing growth. But what if I did, 4 times a week or every single day? I would probably see an overwhelming amount of growth. And then another one is 5K on Instagram. Okay. I started posting Instagram videos a little over a month ago, and I've already seen I think an increase in like 1.6K followers. So this is how these are my goals and how I'm basically going to structure them. Now, going over my analytics for myself, for example. So this is this channel. I haven't posted on this in months, right? I'm not taking action towards my goals, and that's my problem. Okay, so I'm at 120 subscribers on this channel, and then I've been actually active on this channel. Well, I've been posting on it. Sorry, not this channel. Oh my gosh, my shit's lagging. Let me switch my account real quick. Cool. So on this channel, I'm at 179 subscribers, and if you don't know what I do, I'll show you my channel here real fast. I basically post cold email content, right? So as you see here, I posted my first video 5 months, didn't post another video till 2 months later, and then I kind of been consistent since then. And I started seeing growth. I started this channel from 0. But if I posted every single day, I would start seeing, way more growth. And that's my point. If you look at my YouTube studio here, then you can see my analytics. Once I post a video, my channel starts to go up. So if I just posted a video, 4 times a week or every single day, for example, then I would, hopefully that's my theory, is to start going up. That's who I see as someone who's in the early stages of growing the channel. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. The same exact thing for Instagram. These are my Instagram analytics here. I have almost 500,000 views across all my videos. I've gained 1.6K followers in the past 28 days. 190K reach, and then this is here, the content interactions. But that's where I'm currently at. That's where I currently stand. And yeah, I hope you got some sort of value from this video. And I'm gonna be posting on this channel every single day. Now, if you want to follow along the journey, see my growth. I'm also gonna be, structuring my videos a lot better as well. Obviously, a goal of mine is to get better at talking on camera. How do I do that? I'm going to do this every single day and I will eventually get good. So that's exactly how you structure your goals. This is where we are at right now. We're just going to continue going up. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, click subscribe and I'll catch you guys tomorrow in the next video. Peace.